Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now Bitcoin is coming in for a retest after recently breaking out here on the larger time frames as a major warning signal just confirmed in the short term, just after a lot of short positions were liquidated just recently here in the price chart, while Ethereum is now rejecting from this critical area of resistance in the short term, alongside Solana coming in for a retest but recently confirming the breakout from this bullish pattern. So I'll be talking about all of that and so much more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, starting off on the 4-day Bitcoin chart, and right now the super trend indicator is still sitting in the red on the 4-day time frame, but if we're taking a look at the 3-day Bitcoin chart, this has now flipped back into the green with one 3-day candle close confirming this bullish flip on the 3-day time frame. And so obviously, at least based on this chart right here, this is a bullish signal to pay attention to when we're talking about the larger trend. Obviously, when we're talking about the larger time frames, this is looking at the larger moves that can take months to play out, not the short-term moves. So remember, the short-term moves like this short-term dump at the moment is different from the longer-term trends, which can contain short-term dumps along the way. And now obviously it would actually be better if we can confirm this signal right here on the 4-day time frame, because this is even more accurate. Because for example, here on the 3-day Bitcoin chart, we did actually see one false bearish signal back here in around August 2023. Whereas on the 4-day time frame, we didn't quite see that false bearish signal. It stayed green the entire time. So the 4-day time frame is a little bit more accurate, but so far this has not flipped back into the green yet on the 4-day time frame, but it has here on the 3-day time frame as an earlier signal. And in case you're wondering, in order for this signal to flip back into the green on the 4-day Bitcoin chart, we need to see a confirmed breakout, so a 4-day candle close above around 71.6k approximately. And with that being said, taking a look at the 2-day Bitcoin chart, obviously already over the last week or so, we have seen this bullish breakout above this descending line of resistance, which was sitting at close to around 66,000. But right now, as of recording this video, we can clearly see that there's a retest going on where the price is pulling back a little bit here in the short term, but for as long as we're holding above around 65,500 to 66,000, we can still look really good here on the larger time frames. It's only if we start seeing confirmed breaks, so daily candle closes or 2-day candle closes, for example, back below around 65 to 66,000. If we see candle closes below those levels right there, then that would be a bit of a worry, at least in the short term here, possibly resulting in just a fake out and not a followed through breakout. And so under that circumstance, if we actually see those candle closes back below around 65 to 66,000, in that case, we could possibly retrace back down towards the low 60k price range. And for as long as we're holding above those lows, we could still be forming higher lows, which could still be okay on the larger time frames. But essentially, if we break back below around 65 to 66,000, at least in the short term, that would be a bearish signal, likely resulting in a further drop in the price of Bitcoin by at least another few $1,000s into the lower 60k price range if we first confirm a break with candle closes below 65 to 66,000, which obviously at the time of recording this video, that has not currently happened. And so for the Bitcoin bulls out there, that is the line to hold. That is the line that we need to hold in order to basically remain bullish, because if we see a bounce from around 65 to 66,000 here and actually hold that and flip that into new support, that would be very bullish price structure for as long as we can hold that level and flip it into new support by seeing a bounce from that level. And so essentially what I'm saying is the next couple of days here will be very important, at least in the somewhat shorter term to mid-term for the price of Bitcoin. Talking about over the next few weeks or so, the next few days will likely determine what could happen over the next few weeks. And with that being said, if we're taking a look at this daily Bitcoin chart, right now the price of Bitcoin is almost breaking back below this area on the price chart, which is sitting in between around 66.7k to 68.3k. So obviously, as I just said, if we see a daily candle close back below this area on the price chart, that would be a bit of a bearish signal, at least in the short term. And in that case, we could find some support at close to 66,000. And we also have this support right here in between around 64.1k to 64,500. And as I said earlier, in case all of those levels fail, then in that case, we could retrace back down towards the lower 60k price range, which obviously in the short term would mean a bearish movement. But for as long as we're holding above around $60,000, give or take, technically we could remain within a higher low price structure and also higher highs, as you can see here on the daily time frame, which can still be bullish for as long as we're remaining within the higher low, higher high price structure. But for now, just in the short term, obviously, we're currently playing out that retracement, that slight retest, and it would only flip a little bit more bearish in the short term, expecting another few $1,000 drop to the downside if we cannot hold around 65.5 to 66,000. And if we're looking at this daily Bitcoin chart, it's the exact same story here as well. Basically, we're currently retesting the breakout line for this cup and handle pattern. And essentially, if we confirm a daily candle close back below around 66,000, give or take, that would invalidate this breakout, invalidate this pattern, and invalidate the price target for this pattern if we see a daily candle close below around 66,000. And if we're taking a look at the 8-hour Bitcoin chart, we have finally ended this bullish divergence right here, because obviously, as I've been saying over the last 1 week to nearly 2 weeks now, we have been playing out this bullish divergence exactly as expected, which obviously, if you're here on the channel over the last 1 to 1.5 weeks, I've been trading this move from around 62,000 up to basically where we are right now in a long position. And as I've also mentioned here on the channel over the last week or so, I have taken a small amount of profits off the table around these key levels of resistance along the way up, and I also have my stop loss sitting well into profits above my entry. So even in the worst case scenario, if we just see some sort of dump here, that will just trigger the stop loss and close the rest of the trade in profits. And once again, I've already taken some profits out of that trade, as I mentioned over the last week or so. But for now, if we're taking a look at the 3-hour Bitcoin chart, we've just confirmed a new bearish divergence again. So we're essentially seeing the same sort of price action repeat over and over again here in the short term. First of all, we had a bearish divergence right here with higher highs in the price, lower highs in the RSI, and then we played that out over around 1 day, give or take, in a slight little short-term cool-off, and that tempted some short positions to enter the market, and then we saw another push to the upside, liquidating those short positions, as we could see right here on the liquidation heat map. And then, like I said in my last video, I said we're seeing the exact same playbook again. We're seeing a slight cool off, which I did say around 2 days ago, expect a slight little cool off. And then over the following day, that played out as expected. And then in my last video right around here, I said this will likely tempt some shorts to enter the market, which means we're likely going to push just a little bit higher up towards around, I said around 69.1k to 69.2k, basically just above 69,000 to take out those short positions. And over the last 1 day, that's exactly what we saw, just another slight little push to the upside, taking out those short positions. But in doing that, we've repeated history again. We've just formed another slight little higher high in the price action and yet another lower high in the 3-hour Bitcoin RSI, confirming another bearish divergence. And of course, this time around, we're seeing a bit more of a pullback, not so gentle price action. Because usually when it comes to a bearish divergence, we most commonly see either choppy sideways price action or a bit of a pullback in the short term. So this is one of the most common outcomes from a bearish divergence, obviously a short-term pullback, and this could potentially play out over the next 1 day as well. But once again, I'll be paying attention to around 66,000, give or take, as some potential support to watch out for. And we could also find a small amount of support right here at around 66,500, but once again, closer towards around 65,500 to 66,000. That's really the important level based on this chart right here. And so overall, if we're looking at just the short term, obviously we've lost most of the bullish momentum now that we have this bearish divergence playing out again. So just in the short term, we're looking a little bit more bearish at the moment, playing out the bearish divergence. But zooming out, this is currently occurring within this larger bullish movement, this bullish price structure, for as long as we're holding above around 65 to 66,000. And so those are the important levels on the price chart that I'm currently watching right now for the price of Bitcoin. And those are the expectations moving forward in the shorter term over the next day or so as the bearish divergence plays out, and potentially the longer term for as long as we hold this critical level on these larger timeframes. And when it comes to my trading strategy, once again, I'm still currently within that Bitcoin long position that I did actually enter at these lower prices, trading this bullish divergence right here. So still longing the price of Bitcoin, but overall, my stop loss is well into profits. So potentially soon, if we continue this pullback, that will just exit the trade well into profits. And personally, I'm taking that trade and basically most of my trades over on Bybit. So I'll make sure to leave a link to Bybit down below this video in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link down below this video to make your Bybit account and deposit on that account, then you can get up to a $30,000 deposit bonus, but only if you use that link down below this video. And also, if you use that link, it'll take you to this page right here where you can claim a 500 USDT position airdrop. So basically a free $500 trade just by making your Bybit account using that link below this video, making a deposit and claiming the airdrop. So if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, you might as well check this out. Once again, first link down below this video. But for whatever reason, if you cannot access Bybit or if you cannot KYC on Bybit, there's also Bitget, which is another crypto exchange similar to Bybit, but you don't need KYC for Bitget, which means if you're in the US or the UK, for example, or another country where you might not be able to access Bybit, you can access Bitget. So I'll also leave a link to Bitget down below this video. And if you use that link, you can get up to a 5.5k deposit bonus. And only if you use that link, you can get an exclusive 10% discount on all trading fees on the Bitget exchange forever. But that's only if you use the link below this video to make your Bitget account. And so as another option out there, other than Bybit, one that you can access from the US, for example, there is Bitget. Links down below if you want to claim those extra bonuses. But with that being said, taking a quick look at that Bitcoin liquidation heat map again, and like I said in the intro of this video and just earlier in the video, we did recently take out this liquidity to the upside again as expected. Obviously in my last video, I mentioned that we now have more liquidity to the upside, which was sitting at just above 69,000 give or take. And so obviously over the last one day, we ended up taking out that liquidity as expected with another slight little push to the upside just above 69,000 to wipe out that liquidity. But now that we've taken out that liquidity, we don't really have any major liquidation levels immediately to the upside. So obviously we've played out that bearish divergence here in the short term, seeing a slight little pullback at the moment. And right now we're heading potentially down towards this level of liquidity to the downside, ready to liquidate some long positions, sitting at around 66,500. We do have some decent liquidity at around 66.5k, and below that level, the next important level of liquidity to watch out for is sitting at around 64.7k. And in terms of upside liquidity, we have a small amount starting to build at around 69.6k to 69.8k, but as of right now, it's still a relatively small amount. So we're still waiting for more shorts to enter the market for more liquidity to build to the upside. But with that being said, taking a look at Ethereum on the 3-day time frame, and right now the price of ETH has pretty much perfectly rejected from this critical level of resistance, which was a previous important Fibonacci level of support, and that was sitting at close to 2.8k. So once again, at around 2.8k, that is still very significant resistance, very strong resistance for the price of ETH, which means we need to break out above 2.8k in order to actually start flipping much more bullish again here on the larger time frames. But for now, 2.8k is still acting as very strong resistance. And as for support, we should still find support at close to 2,500 and significant support down here at around 2150 to 2.2k. And if we're taking a look at the 12-hour time frame, once again, we've just rejected from this area of resistance, which I also talked about in my last video. I said I would not be surprised if we do see the price struggle in this area and potentially cool off a little bit and then maybe break out at some point later on. I said that in my last video, and right now we are cooling off, seeing a bit of a rejection from this resistance. And this area of resistance, in case you're new to the channel, is sitting in between around 2.7k to 2.8k. And so essentially, there's a lot of people interested in taking profits or selling Ethereum in this price range. And then these support areas is basically where a lot of traders are interested in buying Ethereum. And so the next major area of support to the downside, at least here on the 12-hour time frame, is sitting in between around 2550 to 2580. And we also have this area of support in between around 2440 to 2475. And based on previous short-term resistance, based on these candle closes, and also a bit of short-term support right here, we could also find a small amount of support at around 2630. And so those are the important levels of support and resistance to watch out for the price of ETH. And what I expect over the last one day is the price to continue to struggle around this resistance and ultimately follow similar price action to what Bitcoin is doing. So if Bitcoin holds that critical level on this chart right here on the 2-day time frame and actually bounces from that level, then we'll likely see similar price action for Ethereum. But if we see a major breakdown for Bitcoin well below 65 to 66,000 with candle closes on the larger timeframes below those levels, then in that case, Ethereum would likely follow that direction as well. And so ultimately, we just need to pay attention to what Bitcoin is doing, what the momentum is looking like for Bitcoin to really get a good idea on what the overall crypto market is looking like, because usually Bitcoin steers the ship. But with that being said, taking a look at Solana on the daily time frame, and right now we're currently trading between this previous area of resistance and this active area of resistance right here. First of all, this previous area of resistance we have now officially broken out above, with a daily candle close above that area, which is sitting at around 159 to 163 approximately, and that should now act as new support. And so far in the short term, it is currently acting as new support, which is a good sign just in the short term that we're actually holding that area and bouncing from that area. But like I always say, just because we see a breakout, we cannot ignore other areas of resistance further to the upside. First of all, we have this area starting at around 170 and going up towards around 175. And then we have significant resistance up here in between around 183 to 187. So watch out for those levels on the chart, because those levels are where the price is most likely going to struggle at. And honestly, I won't be surprised if we see a slight little cool off over the coming days here, maybe just trading within this sideways price range in between this previous area of resistance and this current area of resistance, because once again, this previous area of resistance is now acting as new support. And while the price is holding above that area right here, technically speaking, we do have an active bullish breakout for this bullish inverse head and shoulders pattern on the daily Solana chart. So technically speaking, this pattern is still active with an active bullish price target at just above $200, around $202 give or take. But once again, remember that between right now and that bullish price target, there's those areas of resistance along the way up where the price will likely struggle at, as we just saw in between 170 to 175. And so as I always say, don't expect the price to just move in a straight line to the upside towards these price targets. We have resistance along the way and other things like bearish divergences confirming in the short term in the case for Bitcoin here, where we can see the occasional little pullback along the way during a larger bullish movement. And so just for as long as we don't break back below the point of the breakout here, or back below this previous area of resistance, we're still looking good when we're talking about the larger bullish move here on the daily time frame. And by the way, this level on this daily chart right here is sitting at around 157 to 158. And once again, this area is in between around 159 to 163. So if we're holding above that area and finding support in that area, things are still looking good when we're talking about the larger bullish trend or the larger bullish momentum. It's just in the short term, we're taking a bit of a break at the moment during that bullish movement. And once again, if you want to trade these moves in the price of any crypto, check out those links down below this video to claim those extra bonuses. And if you want to actually know how to trade crypto, no matter if the price is bullish, bearish, or chopping around sideways, you can profit in all of that price action by watching these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions. And the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.